You are making the world a better place by listening to the Joy of Living podcast. This is your guide to achieving a more purposeful, powerful, and positive life. Join Barry Shore in unlocking the best version of you and becoming happier, healthier, and wealthier. And now, here's your ambassador of joy, Barry Shore.
Good day, beautiful, bountiful, beloved, immortal beings, and good-looking people. Maybe you're good-looking. So I was looking for and finding the good. That's the definition of good-looking person. Looking for and finding the good. You found good in abundance because you tuned in consciously and conscientiously to the Joy of Living with your humble host, Barry Shore, the ambassador of joy. Notice I didn't say the ambassador of joy. The ambassador of joy. And you know that on this show, the reason you tune in is we discuss the three fundamentals of life. And when you use these three fundamentals, you will be happier, healthier, and wealthier. Who doesn't want that? Now, these three fundamentals are, number one, life. Your life has purpose. You lead a purpose-driven life. Number two happens, you go mad. Now, MAD is a wonderful acronym. It stands for make a difference. Lead a purpose-driven life, you make a difference. You're going to hear all that from our amazing guest. His name is Lefty. Watch, just be ready for him because he's going to rock your world, going to shake it up and give you something outstanding to bring away from this podcast. So remember, we want to use the two things: life has purpose, go mad, and number three, unlock the power and the secrets of everyday words and terms. Simple example, this show is being carried over the internet. Ask anybody, what does www stand for, and tell you it has to do with the internet. Factually speaking, they're correct. However, in our world, the world of the positive, purposeful, powerful, and pleasant, www stands for what a wonderful world. And what is a word, right? WHETA. And of course, a tip of the hat and a big thank you to Satchmo, Louis Armstrong, for enabling that song, What a Wonderful World, to go viral and touch not just tens of millions or hundreds of millions, but billions of people around the planet. And whenever you hear the opening bars of what a wonderful world, what do you do right away? You can't help it. You smile. Now, smile is one of the most important words you're going to internalize, utilize, and leverage in your life, because smile stands for seeing miracles in life every day. Seeing miracles in life every day. Now, I'm privileged to speak to millions of people around the globe on the podcast. I also do in person, and I live here in Henderson, Nevada, right outside of Las Vegas. I don't travel much. I did a show recently. We had 1,127 people. I'm telling the story about Barry Shore, and some people raise their hands and say, hey, Barry Shore, I've been up for hours. I haven't seen any miracles. And I asked them, are you here? Can you hear? Can you stand still? I can't do that. Can you walk? I can barely do that. You have water, drink, place to eat, your family, your friends. You have, every one of those is a miracle. And you want to hear the proof? Simple proof. 1 million people didn't get out of bed this morning. You know why? They died. By definition, if you're watching or you're listening, you didn't. Therefore, you have an obligation to live life to the full. Let me tell you a quick story. It's about me. Imagine, if you can, I'm standing up in the morning, completely healthy and hearty, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. And that evening, I'm in the hospital, totally, completely paralyzed from the neck down. Not an automobile accident, not a spinal injury. It was a rare disease, took over my body, never heard of the day before, takes over my body, renders me quadriplegic. Nothing in the body moves. I could only communicate by blinking my eyes. 144 days in the hospital, 2 years in a hospital bed in my own home, I couldn't move. 4 years in a wheelchair, braces on both my legs and hips to my ankles. That was progress. Thank God today I'm able to be vertical and ambulatory with the help of a 7-foot walking one. So I'm a triped, not a biped. I can't walk up a stair myself, can't walk up a curb by myself. I have help 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. However, you hear my voice. Positive, purposeful, powerful, and pleasant, all because of one word. Smile. Seeing miracles in life every day. Now, I got to tell you a quick story, though. My 8-year-old niece comes over to me a few weeks ago and says, Uncle Barry, can we spell smile S-M-I-E-L? I thought about it. Smile, smile. Sounds the same. Why not? I asked her, how come? She says, because then it would stand for seeing miracles in everyday life. Out of the mouth of an 8-year-old. But what was she doing? She was creating the kind of world she wants to live in. Now, CREATE is a fabulous acronym that stands for causing rethinking enabling all to excel. It's talking about a shift in perspective. Now, I can tell you, I've been working with people for more than 4.5 decades. And when people come to me on paper, they're doing great. And then we start talking, and basically they drop the F in shift, and the other stuff happens. You're going to be effing careful with your Fs. You want to shift your perspective just a little bit. And then you can internalize, utilize, and leverage the 6 most important words you'll ever learn. And these are: choice, not chance, determines your destiny. How you choose to respond in any given situation will determine your path in life and your trajectory. You're going to learn a lot about that from amazing Lefty. So before we bring him on, just let to warn everybody, I do use a lot of 4-letter words. I even use the 4-letter FU word. I do because of the shock value. It's fun. Now, of course, the 4-letter words that we use, because we live in the world of positive, purposeful, powerful, and pleasant, are love, life, hope, play, free, gift, swim. And the 4-letter FU word is fun. Fun. That's right. FU, capital N, capital N. So some people raise their hand and say, hey, Barry Shore, fun's only spelled with 3 letters. Not in our world of the positive, purposeful, powerful, pleasant. After the show, I want you to point your finger, twinkle in your eye, smile on your face, tell everybody, F-U. Add capital N, capital N. They got their attention and say, what did you learn? Wow, wait till I tell you what Lefty told me. Woo! So before we bring on amazing Lefty, I want everybody to use the 2 most powerful words in English language 3 times a day. From now and the rest of your life, it will make you happier, healthier, and wealthier. And these 2 words are thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks stands for to harmonize and nurture kindness. KIND is a fabulous acronym that stands for keep inspiring noble deeds. I can't think of anybody that inspires noble deeds more than this person I want to share you with. His name is the wonderful, amazing, fabulous Lefty Williams. Lefty, 570,900 people around the world.
How's everyone doing? I'm doing great. How are you?
Thank you, wonderful Lefty, for being here. You can also call him Harold. We go by Lefty because Lefty did something. He was the first person to ever be asked by the Harlem Globetrotters. Now, by the way, Lefty, we have an international audience.
Mm-hmm.
Hundreds of thousands of people. We got people in Bhutan. We got people in Madagascar. We got people in, and not everybody knows the Harlem Globetrotters. So a lot of stuff I'm going to say, I'm going to put in the show notes. And I want you to look it up later. You can use AI, Google, whatever you want, and you'll understand who Lefty really is and what we do, okay? So we're going to jump right in. I want to tell, by the way, if I started telling you all the amazing things about this guy who I love, then it would take the rest of the show. I'm going to give you 3 highlights. Number 1, married successfully to the same woman, 3 wonderful children, a great basketball career, and he's building a program to enable youth to dream big. Okay, now let's just jump right in. Okay, wonderful Lefty. Let's talk first of all about your grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
You grew up in a very affluent, wonderful neighborhood where there was never any crime. Everything was sweet and gentle, right? Tell us about your upbringing, and then we'll talk about Grandpa.
So I was born and raised in Jersey City, New Jersey, to Harold Geathers and Rita Williams. I have 5 sisters. I have 2 brothers. I fall in between. I'm the 3rd oldest out of everybody. I grew up in the hood, as people would say, an urban area, impoverished area, where a lot of different things are happening, such as crime. A lot of people have choices in life. All you have are choices, and the choices that I chose to make set me up for where I am today. I could have easily been that guy, who tells a story of someone who's been arrested, but that's not my story. The only time I've ever been in handcuffs was in grade 3, and it was during a Dare class program. I was clowning, and the officer was teaching the class. Officer Frank Scarper, who I'm still friends with to this day, he said, come on over here. And he said, hands behind your back. He put cuffs on me, put me in a move called bent wrist, and I started to cry. He says, this is what you want for your life? He said, because I'm telling you, this is what it'll be. And it was the first and only ever. I've never been, handcuffed ever again. And it wasn't because I was in trouble. I was just disturbing his class. I was being like a class clown, so to speak. And to this day, when I seen him a few years ago, because I brought partnered with Allen Houston, former NBA All-Star. Let me say it better, and assistant GM to the New York Knicks, Allen Houston. I partnered with him, and we partnered with the junior Knicks and brought some of the Knicks program and his foundation Fizzle to my neighborhood, to Jersey City, right? Who would think you'd see NBA players in that city? And it changed the whole perspective. And I got a chance to see Officer Frank, and he had tears in his eyes, so grateful and happy. He had heard my story. He had knew that I had been being, we hadn't got a chance to get together. So it was a great moment.
Okay. I have tears in my eyes also from that. The encounter of human beings, doesn't matter age disparity, the ability for one person to influence another for good, for positive. So let's use that as a ramp and you talk about choice. Remember, the 6 most important words you'll ever learn. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny. Your chances, like everybody else, hey, you could have been in prison. You chose not to. But let's talk about your grandfather, because he was a big influence, wasn't he?
Yeah, so my grandfather was really more like my dad, because I didn't have that male leadership in my life. So my father, his father passed when he was 16, and he comes from a family of like 10. So he ends up having to be the father figure as one of the older ones to help take care of the family. And it rode him down a big ramp, right? Where he was an alcoholic. He was addicted to heroin for many years. And as a result of that, I was mentally and physically abused by him. So my grandfather steps in and he gets in the driver's seat and he says, okay, I'm basically, this is what we do. This is what we don't do. This is what you should be talking about. This is what you shouldn't be talking about. And he begins to shape my formidable years, right? And he's beginning to teach me about God. He began to teach me about how to be a man, how to treat people. And I fell in love with this game of basketball. And my grandfather just was so supportive. He was so supportive with trying to have me keep going, just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And I did. And later on I became Lefty. So
okay, let's talk about this idea that I fell in love with the game of basketball. So one of the greatest aspects of the human condition is the power of love and desire. Now, that in and of itself, if you couldn't handle a ball, big deal. So not only did you have the desire and the love, but I guess you had some talent, huh?
I did, but it didn't start that way. So my kids are super duper talented. I had to work at it, right? So but I had to have this thing called imagination, right? And the word dream is a series of images that take place involuntarily in the mind. So I knew that I had to have an imagination. Now, my kids have always gone to Disneyland and Disney World, right? They've all the time. I didn't get a chance to get there until I became a father for financial reasons, right? We didn't, but in my mind, I was able to dream. I was able to imagine, right? So I knew at a young age I had to have this mindset, right? Because the mindset of a positive thinking, of a positive way of changing things was my escape. So couldn't afford a basketball rim, right? But there were milk crates everywhere, right? So I grabbed the milk crate and I grabbed the hammer and I hammered it out, right? And in the back of where I lived was a burned down shack, right? And then I didn't have new nails. Where am I going to get nails from? And I pulled the nails out of the shack. But here's the thing that I learned, Barry. I knew that when the nails come out, when you pull them out, they don't always pull out straight. Sometimes they're crooked, right? And I knew that this was an example of my life, that if I took the time to hammer that nail straight to where I can use it to my advantage, where it becomes my goal, that I can change my life. And so I was able to straighten things out in my life.
Okay, there's this amazing, wonderful, fabulous being. His name was Zig Ziglar. So if you don't know Zig Ziglar, everybody, he's in the show notes, look him up. So he would talk oftentimes about there's a great nation called the United States of America. The greatest nation, he would say, is imagination. Because what you imagine, Lefty, becomes your reality when you add these other pieces called work, desire, love, focus. Am I correct?
No, you're absolutely correct. All of those things. And I put that to use. And I'd be outside with dress shoes on because I didn't have name brand shoes, but I had nice church shoes to go to church. So I was like, well, this is cool. I'm a little kid, not realizing, no, this ain't cool to them. People were making fun of me, but I had a vision, and without vision, people perish, and you have to write the vision and make it plain. And though it takes forever, you wait for it because it's going to happen. You just have to keep applying the application.
Wait a minute. I want to push you on something. When everybody's understand, pause, keep imagining, keep focusing, keep working. You got to do something, even in your church shoes. Listen to what he said. It's going to happen. You hear that? It will happen. You know why? It's a law of the universe. It's the law that God put into each one of us. God put into us that godliness that says, you want something and you're going to do, and you're doing it well, you're doing it right. You're not robbing banks. You're not hurting anybody. What you're doing is you're focusing your imagination, your talents to be of benefit, not just to you and to everybody else. Am I right? This is
100%.
It must happen.
But here's the thing. As soon as I let go, as soon as I stop worrying, as soon as I stop trying to control the finish line and just started to trust the journey, I talk about, I got a book that's going to be coming out at the end of the year. It's called The Art of Rebounding, my book. And it's
called The Auto Rebound?
The Art of Rebounding.
The Art of Rebounding. Just so everybody knows about it now. The Art of Rebounding. I love it already.
Yeah. And you can go to theartofrebounding.com to get on the waiting list
It's in the show notes. Everything you want to know about Lefty.
Okay. And so, but anyway, in this book, I talk about so many different key points. I talk about the weight of the weight, the heaviness of the weight of what and these are all things that I've been through. I talk about, is your door closed or are you close? Close or close, right? I talk about the 3 Ds. It takes one door, one day, and one decision that will change your life, right? These are all of the things that, that we talk about, but you have to be ready to reposition yourself, right? When you think about a rebound, I was a great rebounder. I was a fantastic rebounder. In high school, only on 3 years on varsity, I pulled down 985 rebounds, right?
For those people who don't really, because again, we have a worldwide audience, everybody thinks you know something about basketball. Well, b-ball is a very contact sport, even though a lot of fouls. It's a very contact sport. One of the most contact aspects of basketball is rebounding because you got to get in amongst 3 or 4 or 5 other big, focused people who don't want you to get that ball. Right, Lefty?
No, you're right. You're right.
Very much like life. You got a lot of people around you who don't want you to get that ball. And what does Lefty do? He gets in there and he goes up and he grabs that ball and he rebounds because in his mind, he had that ball before he even made a step. Correct?
Right. That's correct. It's mindset, but after mindset, you can't stay still because so many people think I have the mindset and now I'm waiting for people to waiting for it to come. No. You have to go after the thing that's making its way already to you. So how do we do that? We got mindset.
Wait a minute. You have to go and meet it. It's already on its way to you. You just go out and meet it, open your arms and embrace it. Now, we have sponsors that love the program, and we wouldn't have them on if we didn't think you're worthy of your time. So we'll be right back with this brief message. Don't go away. There's more Lefty on the other side.
Hello, skincare connoisseurs. If you think you have tried everything in skincare, you are going to love what I am about to tell you. I'm pharmacist Benjamin I. Fuchs. I'm a dermatology pharmacist, and what I've discovered in my compounding pharmacy after decades of working with patients with skin traumas and skin diseases is the missing link in skincare is topical essential nutrition. And because of this missing link, we're not maximizing the potential of topical skincare. We're leaving skin beauty and skin health on the table. And that's why I formulated my Truth Treatments. Listen, the skin's an organ. It needs and wants and craves nutrients, vitamins, minerals, amino acids, fatty acids, and plant-derived minerals, and now it can get them in super high concentrations in my Truth Treatments. Originally formulated for dermatologists and their patients, now they're available to you. Check them out today at truthtreatments.com, and I know you are going to love the truth.
Good day, beautiful, bountiful, beloved immortal beings, and good-looking people. Good-looking, so always looking for and finding good. Our cup runneth over with good. His name is Lefty Williams, and he is rebounding, and Aaron helping us all rebound. I want to share with you something that you mentioned before. You really gave the acronym for the word wow. Wow, W-O-W, the weight of weight. Now, weight is spelled two different ways. The weight, meaning it feels heavy. Feels weight, heavy. Because you got to be patient. Patience, the P word. Isn't that right, Lefty?
No, that's right. So it's the W-E-I-G-H-T of the W-A-I-T, right? and it's heavy, wow. Right? Yeah. And in the book, I talk about the corridor experience, right? The corridor. So you allow yourself to get into this corridor. I'm going after what I feel I'm called to do. I'm going after purpose. But then most people, they'll go and they'll listen to other people who've never been there or never pushed themselves to go there. And we let them talk us out of our dream and we retreat from the corridor, right? That's not what we're doing, right? If you're going to rebound, there's an art to it. We're going to get into this corridor. We're going to allow that door behind us to close. And then watch this, Barry. We're going to allow that door to be removed from our geographic location. Now we're trapped. It seems like as a trap, but it's not a trap. You have to trust what's already on the inside of you, and you have to say it's not a dead end. I have no other choice but to move forward. And as you move forward, you start going through these things. Think about people who might be out there talking about they want to lose a little bit of weight, or maybe they have lost weight, right? I'm talking about the W-E-I-G-H-T, right? And you go through this journey, and then you go through these journey, and then you have great moments, and the first 10 pounds come off great, and then you hit a ceiling, right? And it's like, oh man, what's going on? But you stick in there, you hang in there, and you keep going, and you keep going, and you keep going. And then what you start seeing? The hell in the hallway, right? The things that just like to make you feel like you want to get out of this corridor. But you can't get scared. You have to trust what you heard in the dark while you're making your way to the light. So we're moving forward. We're moving forward through the corridor. And as you get towards the end of the corridor, the moment you stand in front of that door, all you do is knock and the door opens, and you still have to move forward to land in your purpose.
Everybody, if you're watching this, by the way, and you see the expression on Lefty's, not just his face, his whole being, you're gaining a lot. If you're listening only, got to listen again. The reason we have this and it's recorded, so you can go back, you can listen again, you write things down. Just experience this right now. I want to go to, just to put things in perspective for people. So you got the, your name is Lefty, which obviously has to do with the fact that you can play basketball with your left hand. Now that is not a small gig. Let's be blunt. Anybody who's playing professional sports with their left hand in any sport, especially in basketball. And it enabled you to be unique. So you played basketball in Europe for a number of years. So let's talk a little bit about your journey. See, the word joy is an acronym. It stands for Journey of You. Let's talk about you, Lefty, your journey. You got drafted not in the NBA. You played in Europe for a number of years. You traveled to many different countries and such. Let's talk just a few minutes about what it meant to be playing basketball at a very high level outside the United States.
So, I mean, it was beautiful because I got a chance to understand that we all are the same. I got a chance to understand I got a chance to become very culturally sensitive to everyone's culture, right? I got a chance to really realize just how privileged I was to be able to travel to 36 different countries, be a part of all 50 states, 8 different provinces of Canada, to meet different prime ministers and different, prestigious people. I realized right away that I was really living the dream. When I was a kid, I couldn't afford to fly. And the first time I got a chance to travel all around the world, I realized that this was God's way of giving it back to me. And so I became the first ever left-handed showman in Globetrotter history. And the showman is like the person who's mic'd up.
I want to put you on pause. Everybody, those of you who don't know, it's in the show notes. You're going to look up Harlem. It's a place in New York, Harlem, Harlem Globetrotters, the most famous basketball team. If you've heard of all the basketball teams, the Lakers and the Rockets, and yeah, those are interesting. The Globetrotters are the most exciting basketball experience you will ever have. Is that fair to say, Lefty?
I think it's fair to say. I think it's fair to say. It's definitely one of them. I think I became the first ever left-handed showman in Globetrotter history. The showman is like the person who's mic'd up, who's running the show, who has all the jokes. For those of you who have heard of the team, it's like the Meadowlark Lemon, the Curly, the Geese, the Goose Tatum, the Special K's, the Showtime Gaffneys, those people of the world. And I got a chance to do it at a high level, which I'm really grateful for. But playing overseas gave me a big perspective. So I played in Nottingham, England. I played in Luxembourg, Germany. I got the opportunity to play in Japan. I played in Yokohama. I was in Okinawa. I was in Camp Fuji. I was in Tokyo. I got a chance to bounce around a little bit. And the journey just was really special and appreciative, like I said, because as you travel this world, you realize that we all can change the entire world by this one simple thing. And those of you who are listening, just bear with me for a second. But those of you who are watching, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's the smile.
Right. Remember, SMILE is a wonderful acronym that stands for seeing miracles in life every day. When you smile and you create a smile on someone else, you literally shift the energy of the planet.
Correct.
And by the way, that's what the Globetrotters are so known for. It's creating happiness wherever they go. You're in the magic circle. Actually, tell me, what's the magic circle, and what does it mean to be in there with other players, and you got the arena watching you?
So when you come out, the first thing that you experience is an energy like none other coming out of the tunnel. And then you come out to a famous song called The Sweet Georgia Brown. And you get into the circle and you start going around in a circle and everyone's doing these tricks and it's pretty high level and pretty high energy. You almost come alive and feel like you're an Avenger. You feel like you're a Marvel character, like you're unstoppable. You have these superpowers to create and put the ball over your chest and behind your back and spin it on your finger and twist it all different ways and make it go upside down and come back without losing it and make all these incredible passes. And then you end the circle with an amazing dunk, right? And so being in the magic circle was one of the greatest moments of my life. I co-founded a team with my co-founder Ray Morris called the Harlem Dreams. Most people, to simply explain it, even though it's not the same, people would think that it's like a Globetrotter style team. We do we do entertainment, basketball skills and tricks, but we at a community level. We're partnering with civic service groups. So if you have a Rotary Club, a Chamber of Commerce, Habitat for Humanity, the Lions Club, the Kinsmen's Club, we're partnering with all of these communities to bring the shows to them. And then we leave like a percentage of that, those tickets proceeds in that community.
So I want to emphasize what I call the Y word. The Y word is what drives Lefty and why I love him. It's the last letter in his name. The Y word is youth. Youth. Because that's what you're doing. Dare2Dream, I want you to talk about the foundation, is all about influencing youth in a positive, purposeful, powerful, pleasant way. Is that correct?
That's correct. So I started out with this as an initiative, a Dare to Dream initiative in 2009. And I was traveling, doing school tours and doing tricks and motivational speaking. I just wanted to let the kids know that what was once my ceiling is now their floor, and that they can dream. If they can see it, they can have it. And so I went from that to obviously when you're doing things out for a nonprofit wise, you're doing a lot out of your own pocket and you rely on donations and people to help. And so my wife said, you know what, we should just make this a foundation. And at first I just really didn't want to do it. I just wanted to just be a blessing to people. And she was like, no, we could do that. But, you know, we're putting a lot out. Other people will want to give if it's a foundation. So, you know, I'm married above my pay grade, Barry. I'm sorry.
This is the genius of being married, of listening, and having a good wife.
Oh, yeah.
Because wisdom and prosperity are what the wife brings to the marriage.
Correct.
You're the hardworking, ugly guy. She is wisdom and the prosperity. So the ability for you and your wonderful wife and your kids to now work in the foundation, which is really oriented towards how do we help the youth
Correct.
of America. And by helping the youth of America, by the way, it's not just America. It helps the youth of the world. Because we're oriented towards helping other people, especially you seeing the dream. And then it's not a ceiling. It's just a floor.
Yep.
I'd like you to talk a little bit about your podcast, but I also want you to speak a little bit more about the foundation. What is the name of the foundation, and what is it that you want to accomplish with the foundation?
So the foundation is called the Harold Lefty Williams Dare to Dream, the number 2, not T-O, the number 2, Dare to Dream Foundation. The reason why I said number 2 is because we believe that 1 could chase 1,000. 2 people can send 10,000 to flight. The more you can do with multiple people. So that's what the 2 stands for. That's why it's important that people get the 2 correctly. So it's the Harold Lefty Williams Dare to Dream Foundation. It's based off of a 6-point thrust system. We are a sports and character development foundation. Mind, body, citizenship, accountability, enthusiasm, and education. Those are the pillars on which we raise our children. Those are the pillars on which we put into our foundation. Our foundation was honored for 3 years in a row by the NBA by way of the Milwaukee Bucks G League team, the Wisconsin Herd. We're super duper excited with partnerships with the Junior Clippers and the Junior Knicks. And we're just changing lives one child at a time. We want any kid who wants the opportunity to be able to go to school, whether it be a private school, middle school, high school, or college. We want them to be able to go. On top of that, we want to be able to send them with all of the proper pillars of which we operate in, because if we send a child and that door is not able to stay open due to their lack of character, then they burn the bridge for everybody else coming behind them.
Okay. I'm deeply touched. The people who are leaning in and listening, character counts. It's the key. It's what your grandfather taught you.
Yep.
It's what the police officer mentioned to you.
Yep.
It's what you, Lefty Williams, understood when you were in your church shoes shooting hoops or into milk. It's character that counts. When you have the character and you have the imagination, there are no ceilings, right? Everybody can influence another. That's the genius of your foundation. By the way, during the commercial break, I came up with an acronym for your name. Would you like to hear an acronym for your name, Lefty?
Oh, yes. Wait 1 second. I may need to write this down. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Yes. I definitely do. Go ahead. Let me.
Here's the acronym for Lefty. Love embraces forever, transforming youth.
Wow. I love it.
That's what you do. Your love embraces people and is forever transforming youth.
No, say it one more time for me.
That's the foundation.
Say it one more. Break it down for me one more time, Barry.
Love embraces forever, transforming youth.
Wow. That's amazing. That right there, man. That
That's you.
Yeah.
I got that because of your spirit.
Man.
This is who you are.
Man.
And Dare to Dream is not just another foundation. I want to mention something here that moves me deeply. When Lefty talks about being married, it's not just, okay, I'm married, fine. A lot of people get married. Okay, but a lot of people don't stay married. He stays married. That speaks to character. I've met 2 of his children. That speaks to character. The ability for him to use imagination to move away from a place that easily was quicksand, that could have pulled him into darkness, and he chose not to. Now, granted, thank God, he had a grandfather who gave him direction. However, as you heard from him, his father was not the kind of person. He was quicksand. The ability for Lefty to make a choice, not chance. The chance was there. It could have been a bad chance. He made choices. So everything about what we're doing today has to do with character, with choice, and the ability to use your imagination. I love Lefty Williams.
Thank you so much.
It happens to be that I'm a Harlem Globetrotter fanatic. In other words, one of the things I love, I'm older than Lefty. Everybody's watching, you can see. I'm older than Lefty. I'm 76. I saw the Globetrotters play when I was 14 years old. I saw Goose. I saw Meadowlark. I only went twice. My parents couldn't afford to go more than twice over the course of 5 or 6 years. And that's not the point. But you look at the history of the Globetrotters, you see something also that's quite amazing. It was a short Jewish guy who actually started the Globetrotters. And
Abe Saperstein.
Yeah, Abe Saperstein. Again, all this is in the show notes. I mean, the guy was short. Maybe he was 5'4". I don't even know if he was that high. But the point is, he happened to be a great athlete. He plays 5 different sports. He was focused on doing something for the Black community in basketball that nobody else could do. The only other person actually that really did step up and do something really wonderful was Red Auerbach of the Celtics. He went out, and also a nice Jewish guy. So the ability for Jews to understand that what Black people, the Negroes, were going through in the 50s, 60s, and such, that was against them, here comes out the power and the positive thinking to overturn that. And look at the NBA today. Hello,
the first African American player was Nat Sweetwater Clifton, who was a Harlem Globetrotter, and he left the Trotters to play in the NBA. The Knicks took him. The New York Knicks took him.
And the beauty of the Globetrotters is that they weren't just entertainment. They could beat, and they did beat, and this is many years ago, the best team in the NBA. They weren't just ball handlers. They could play. I want to go back before we're going to go to commercial break in just a moment. I want to go back to your book, The Art of Rebounding. And I want everybody to understand, if you've ever had anything to do with basketball, what it means to shoot a three-pointer. That's really cool. And by the way, it was Abe Saperstein who created the measurement for the three-pointer. I mean, the guy, he changed basketball. The point is, though, shooting a three-pointer is one thing. Great skill. There's no question about it. Getting in underneath the basket and rebounding, that's the job of a person who understands what it means to be able to use oneself with the mind before they activate the body. Is that fair to say, Lefty?
It's fair. It's the mental, and then it's positioning, and then it's work. It's go after it, right? So sometimes you have to face guard a person. You have to keep your eyes on them. They'll say, don't let this scorer touch the basketball. I don't care about the rebound. And sometimes you have to, when you're on the foul line, you'll hear the coach say, box back. You open your arms and you got to put your backside to the person. You got to touch them, but then you still got to go after it. And then you'll hear him say, but when you go after it and you grab that rebound, you got to chin it and you got to keep it high, because if you bring it down, there's people who are smaller than you, they'll come knock it out of your hand, and it's a turnover. And I don't want any of these listeners or viewers to lose position. This is not the time to lose position. When you go after your rebound, after you had enough confidence to go. Well, before that, once you had the mindset enough to see it, and then the imagination to see it and visualize it, then you got to go after it. Then once you go after it, visualize to see it, then you got to box back. After you box back and you know you're in position, you got to go after it. After you go after it, you got to chin it and you got to keep it high. Because let me tell you something. It does not matter the type of water that you're in, because what softens the potato hardens the egg. And what matters is what's on the inside of you, right? That's what makes the difference. You got to use what you got, and what's on the inside of you is purpose. It's bigger than what you see, right? It's not about what you don't have. I come from nothing. My kids don't understand that. That's a different language to them, right? To change that, I didn't not only change my world, I changed their world. I took my son. He's the first African-American star on a network television show on ABC since Jaleel White, Family Matters. And he stepped in and did the Wonder Years, right, as the lead, right? And then my other son, we just got back from Ohio filming a horror movie, a huge box office movie that's coming out soon, that a lot of people are in. And then he worked with Tim Allen. He was on Abbott Elementary. He worked as on a show that's getting ready to debut September 8th on PBS called Weather Hunters, as the young Al Roker, which is hilarious. My daughter is an amazing writer.
Put it on pause. We got so much more. We're going to go to a quick break. We'll be right back after this brief message. Don't go away. There's more Lefty. Opportunity. What an opportunity. I'm going to use 2 4-letter words right now. Free gift. Free gift. Yes, you can have a copy of my best-selling book, The Joy of Living, How to Slay Stress and Be Happy, the ebook version for absolutely free. All you have to do is send an email to me, Barry, B-A-R-R-Y, at barryshore.com, and in the heading, the subject line, just write, free gift. It's as easy as that. This is a life-changing, life-enhancing opportunity. Barry at barryshore.com. You'll be glad you did. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Free gift. Do it now. Take the action. Make it happen right now. Best wishes. Bye. Good day. Beautiful, bountiful, beloved immortal beings, and good-looking people. Good-looking, which I was looking for and finding the good. Found good in abundance. His name is Lefty Williams, and he is the art of rebounding. He is everything about love, embracing, forever transforming youth. That's Lefty. He is doing that with Dare to Dream. And thank God his wife said, Lefty, we got to do this together in a big way. We're short of time today, so we're just going to go towards the last 3 questions I have to ask you. You ready for 3 quick questions?
Yes.
Number 1, Lefty, will you come back again?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Number 2, wonderful Lefty Williams. You have 80 seconds only to answer this question. What is your most fervent desire?
It's a great question. My desire is to do exactly what I was born to do on this planet. I want to do that. I want to continue to be a great husband. I married my wife when I was 23. She was 21. I've known her since she was 8. I was 10. We have 3 beautiful children. I want to see them live a purpose-driven life. I want to see my entire family live a purpose-driven life. I want to help other people understand that we all have so many more similarities than we do differences. If we all just continue to keep our eyes and ears open and stay culturally sensitive to everyone and smile, change everybody's life one smile at a time. Yeah.
And number 3 question, may I give you a hug in front of 521,917 people around the world?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
What HUG stands for? Heartfelt, unlimited giving. 1, 2, 3. Remember, you're listening to The Joy of Living, Barry Shore and wonderful Lefty Williams. Remember, this show is not about Lefty, wonderful fellow that he is. Not about Barry, great guy. It's about you. YOU. you becoming the best you possible. Because when you're the best you make the world a better place. You build more bridges of harmony, create more joy, happiness, peace, and love. Remember the 3 fundamentals of life. Number 1, life has purpose. Number 2, you lead a purpose-driven life. You go mad, you make a difference. Number 3, open the power and the secrets of everyday words and terms, such as smile, seeing miracles in life every day. Create the kind of world you want to live in, causing rethinking, enabling all to excel. Like my 8-year-old niece says, seeing miracles in everyday life. Use the 2 most powerful words in English language 3 times a day. From now and the rest of your life, you'll be happier, healthier, and wealthier. Who doesn't want that? These 2 words are thank you, thank you, thank you. So after the show, see your family and friends. I want you to point your finger, have a big smile on your face, twinkle in your eyes, say, F you, everybody. But remember to add right away, capital N, capital N. Say, where'd you get that? I said, listen to Barry Shore. I got to tell you what Lefty said. Rebound. And
if I can add one more thing, I'm sorry, Barry. We didn't get a chance to talk about it, but I know we got to go. The Art of Rebounding also has a podcast that's launching next month. It's about a lot of the things that we talked about. It's the Art of Rebounding, coming soon. Be on the lookout for it. It's launching in September.
Woo! We got stuff, kids. The world is waiting. Wait on wait. Okay, here we go. And now a big blessing from Lefty and Barry. Go forth. Live exuberantly. Spread the seeds of joy, happiness, peace, and love. Go mad. Go make a difference. Lefty, don't go away.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Joy of Living podcast. Now that's another step towards your healthier, happier, and wealthier life. Never hesitate to do good in the world, no matter what the situation. Join us for another upbeat discussion next time at barryshore.com. And be sure to leave a rating and subscribe to the show to get more conversations like this. And remember to share it with your family and friends too. See you on the next episode.